The NFL just screwed over the Rams as the tush push lives on. We're going to talk about who voted to keep it alive, as well as who voted against it. We're also going to talk about an interesting story with a Rams legend, Andrew Whitworth, all on today's episode of the Rams Digest. I'm your host, Joshua Giron. Remember, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Press that subscribe button now, as roughly 73% of you guys are watching the videos, but you're still not subscribed to the channel. So do me a favor, press that subscribe button so you don't miss any daily Rams content here at the Rams Digest. First things first, we're going to get into this big main story of the day, kind of breaking news, as I guess we're going to push on, and the tush push is going to remain in the NFL as a legal play in the NFL for at least one more season. There were a lot of teams that voted against this. It wasn't just the Rams, but it does kind of look bad for the teams that did vote against it, as it's still going to live on, didn't go through. So now it kind of looks like maybe the teams who are voting against it look a little bit, I don't know, scared of it. I don't know how you guys want to describe it, whatever you want to say. Maybe it looks bad for the teams that voted against it. But the tush push lives on. NFL teams vote to keep the controversial play. We're going to talk about the details of this, who voted to keep it in, who voted against it. The Rams, one of the teams obviously being kind of against the tush push, but I will say, look, when you sit and break down all, whether it's coaches, GMs, owners, when they really do discuss this topic, I kind of agree with what a lot of them are saying. It's like, look, it's tough. The play is a good play. They get the job done very well. If it was so easy for everybody to do it, well, then everyone would do it, right? It's pretty simple as that, right? But ultimately, it's an interesting play that is kind of frustrating as a football fan. Not just because I'm an Eagles hater and don't want to see the Eagles win, which is also true, but, you know, it's just not really fun. 1 yard line, you know they're going to get this play. There's nothing the defense can do except lay their body on the line to try to stop the play. It's a little frustrating and honestly boring to watch at times, but, you know, I digress. We'll talk about some more about it in a second. The following 10 teams reportedly saved the tush push by voting against the proposal: Philadelphia Eagles, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, New Orleans Saints, New York Jets, and the Tennessee Titans. So obviously they need a more than a majority to vote for this to go through. Only 10 teams voted against the proposal to ban the tush push, and 22 teams voted to ban it, but obviously they need, I think, 24 votes total, so 2 votes short of them not banning this play. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So many double negatives going on there. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? The NFL almost banned the tush push. Actually, there was a lot of reports coming out saying they were going to ban the tush push. This is assuming Adam Schefter's list is accurate. The following 22 teams here voted in favor of a tush push ban. I'm not going to go through all 22 because that's kind of ridiculous, but you guys see some names here. One of the most important names to note, the Los Angeles Rams voted to ban the tush push. I'm very curious to see, how do you guys feel about the tush push down below? I know Rams fans, we have a lot of Rams fans, especially here at the Rams Digest, that seem to be of the older generation, who've been watching football for a very long time, like football when it was a little bit more aggressive, more physical, less rules. How do you guys feel, or not less rules, but, you know, less kind of ticky-tacky flags, things like that. How do you guys feel out there about the tush push? I kind of feel like a little boring, kind of whack when I see them pull it out, but ultimately, if they can do it better than everybody else, go ahead, let them do it. That's kind of how I feel about it. I wouldn't mind a ban. I wouldn't be super adamantly up on stage arguing against the tush push. I wouldn't be trying to ban it that hard, but I wouldn't be against them banning it. I'm kind of in that mixed kind of bag of like, I don't really care. Wish they could change it because I don't like the Eagles doing it. But at the same time, again, if it was so easy to be done, everyone would do it. And so far, teams haven't really studied enough to be able to do the same thing that the Eagles have been so successful at doing. So, you know, they let them do their thing, in my opinion. It may not last that long. Maybe one or two of these teams loses to Philadelphia this upcoming year and decides to go ahead and vote against it next year, or vote for it, push it through next year. We'll have to wait and see on that. But one more season at least, the tush push lives on. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Another kind of little note to be more annoyed about it. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles already on social media saying push on, almost like a Nike ad here. Just kind of, I don't know, man. It's so annoying. I mean, look, they're defending champs, so you got to give them some credit there, but just annoying. Annoying to see them brag about it. Annoying to see that no one can stop it. Just annoying all around right now, seeing the Eagles win. And I'm sure that makes a lot of Eagles fans happy to hear. Let me know how you guys feel about the tush push in the comment section down below. Moving on to a very interesting story, including a Rams legend. We're talking about Big Whit, Andrew Whitworth, doing some amazing things post his football career. Of course, obviously with his media career, that's been taken off. That's been incredible and great to see him succeed on TV. But ultimately, I'm sure he does other things as well, off charities. There's all these great things Andrew Whitworth does. You don't need more reason for me to love the guy. But he went out and he's doing something amazing when we're talking about pushing for something that actually got passed. Breaking Rams. Andrew Whitworth succeeds in getting Offensive Lineman Award. This has been voted on by the owners. It's been passed as of today. The Rams offensive lineman will be competing for an award pushed for by a franchise here. Oh yeah. So basically what he's saying is, or what this article is saying is, Andrew Whitworth, he was kind of a big proponent in pushing forward this idea of, hey, why aren't offensive linemen getting an award at the end of the year? They are so important to the game. I mean, the game is really won in the trenches, right? If you're not blocking for the quarterback or blocking for the running back, these plays aren't being made. These incredible plays that we see from quarterbacks and running backs and receivers aren't being made without that offensive line. Same goes for the defensive line, but you have that Defensive Player of the Year award that typically goes to a guy like, the TJ Watts of the world, the Nick Bosa's of the world, the guys who are rushing the quarterback, right? Those guys clearly are going to be getting that award, getting that attention, getting big paydays as well. And so this, from Andrew Whitworth, is kind of saying, you know what, let's give an award to the best offensive lineman. We have such incredible offensive line play from some incredible players throughout the years. Why haven't they gotten an award? And well, Andrew Whitworth was one of the ones vocally leading the way. ESPN's Brooke Pryor had this to say. He said the NFL the NFL is introducing the Protector of the Year award, giving to the league's best offensive lineman as decided by a panel that includes a number of former offensive line greats. Troy Vincent gives credit to Bills offensive lineman Dion Dawkins and Andrew Whitworth for pushing this idea. So, of course, shout out to Bills offensive lineman Dion Dawkins. He also was a big proponent in this being pushed through, kind of making it known that this is something that the offensive lineman would appreciate and would want to be acknowledged from the NFL. And I think this is a pretty awesome thing to see. It's kind of historic to see now all of a sudden how many future awardees we're going to see receive this award that otherwise wouldn't have got it without the hard work of these gentlemen, all offensive linemen of all time, that wouldn't be otherwise getting this recognition. It's pretty awesome to see. I love offensive linemen, so I think it's pretty cool that this is something that's going to be added into the kind of, the ESPYs. You're watching the ESPN Awards. This is a pretty cool award to look out for. Here's Andrew Whitworth talking about the idea, right? He says, having an award like this would let an individual stand up there as the best of the best. Every young kid in high school that may be teetering as to whether he wants to be an offensive lineman or not can say, wow, look at the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know. I must have miscopied this this quote here. But wow, look at the San Francisco 49ers, Trent Williams. Look at Philadelphia. Oh, it's little parentheses. That's what's throwing me off. I apologize. Look at the San Francisco 49ers, Trent Williams. Look at Lane Johnson. It's an inspiration to want to be great. And I think that is 100% true. Sorry, I misread that quote there, but 100% true. I think if you're an offensive lineman as a kid, I remember, I'm a little bit of a bigger guy now, but when I was in high school, I was really thin, but even younger than that, I was a little bit bigger. And so when I was kind of an offensive lineman, I was a little bit like, who wants to be an offensive lineman, right? This is not really what you want to do as a kid. Now, this is all of a sudden that person getting recognition, that athlete getting recognition for their great and hard work. All of a sudden, younger kids who are kind of going towards becoming offensive linemen in high school or maybe college, whatever it is, all of a sudden they may inspire this generation of kids to say, let me go and try to be like these top tier offensive linemen. I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there who are, offensive linemen in high school, maybe not ecstatic about it, but then learning from the greats that are obviously out there, the Andrew Whitworths of the world. But, this maybe could inspire more of them as you're going to get that recognition with a Protector of the Year award. I think that's pretty cool to kind of hopefully inspire a generation to want to be a offensive lineman in the future. I think that's it for that story. Just one more little quick tweet here, I guess we could pull up. Kevin Demoff saying credit to Andrew Whitworth and others for pushing the offensive lineman recognition. Long overdue and deserving. 100% agreed. Long overdue. This should have been a thing a long time ago. Shout out to Andrew Whitworth for doing this thing, getting this award pushed. I'm excited to see the first Protector of the Year award being announced next season. Moving on from that, last but not least, my favorite part of the episode, Trivia of the Day, where I give a trivia question. You guys give your trivia guesses down below in the comment section. And whether you're right or whether you're wrong, we'll give a shout out to you on the next episode. But a couple of you guys play along on the last episode with the Trivia of the Day. The question we posed was this question here. Which Los Angeles Ram was selected to a record 14 consecutive Pro Bowls? Very intriguing. A record, by the way, 14 consecutive Pro Bowls. I thought a very intriguing question. The multiple choice options that I put out there were these questions here. Was it A? Let me make sure I pull up the right. Here we go. Was it A, Eric Dickerson? Was it B, Deacon Jones? Was it C, Marshall Faulk? Or was it D, Merlin Olsen? Those are your multiple choice options. We had a few people play along in the comment section. I appreciate all of you guys for playing along every time you guys play along. Here's a couple of shout outs here. We had Thomas saying Merlin Olsen. 1 second here as I got a phone call coming. Okay, we're good. I just want to make sure my vocals are still recording. Thomas saying Merlin Olsen. We had Mark saying Merlin Olsen. We had Artho saying, as a member of the Fearsome Foursome, Merlin Olsen was selected 14 times to the Pro Bowl. Deacon Jones to the Pro Bowl from Jose. We had Floyd saying Merlin Olsen. We had Lewis saying Lewis saying Deacon Jones. We had Brian B saying Merlin Olsen. We had some more guesses I'm trying to get to here. We had Glider saying Merlin Olsen. We had Gerald saying Deacon Jones. Mike Romero saying Merlin Olsen. Barry saying Merlin Olsen. Andre saying Merlin Olsen. The Real J. Will saying Merlin Olsen. First instinct was Merlin Olsen, but I don't know when his acting career started. We're going to say that's your guess, J. Will. And then Juan saying great work once again. Appreciate you, Juan. Keep up keep it up, brother. Go Rams. Just so you know, I'm guessing I'm going Merlin Olsen. Appreciate you saying you're guessing. Great guess overall. The correct answer for the trivia of the day was Merlin Olsen. I appreciate all of you guys for playing along. Sorry, I got thrown off here by a phone call coming through because I record my audio just so you guys know some behind the scenes on my phone. Sometimes it's connected to a mic, blah, blah, whatever. So I threw me off when a phone call came right now. But here were your guesses of the day. Appreciate all of you guys for playing along. The correct answer was Merlin Olsen. So whether you got it right or whether you got it wrong, I appreciate all of you guys for playing along. If you want a shout out just like this one, play along with today's trivia of the day. Should be another relatively easy one. I've been going very Rams specific lately. Here is the trivia of the day for today's episode. The Rams sat out which NFL season? For actually a very, very intriguing reason. And the reason they sat out, it actually is very important and historic, the reason why they've sat out of that season. But I digress. I'm giving you guys too many hints here. The Rams sat out which NFL season? Was it A, 1973? Was it B, 1943? Was it C, 1963? Or was it D, 1953? The Rams sat out which NFL season? 73, 43, 63, or 53? Give your guesses down below in the comment section. Whether right or whether you're wrong, we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. Other than that, that's going to do it for me on today's episode of the Rams Digest. I'm your host, Joshua Giron, and I am out.